So we are pivoting, and like we had mentioned earlier, we are recording this on Mother's Day, and this is a very early watch list of players Dale has watched that are in the draft, and I believe the next position we want to talk about are offensive tackles, right, Dale?
Yeah, it is. And I think this has a chance to be a very good offensive tackle class. It was a little lackluster this year, I thought. The year before, it was offensive tackle heavy. And then this past season, I didn't like the class. I didn't think it was very deep. I think this class for next year in 2026 has a chance to be much deeper. Pick your guy from Utah, right? Utah's got a couple guys, Spencer Fano and Caleb Lomo, that are on a lot of people's list. A lot of people are higher on Caleb Lomu early on. I actually like Spencer Fano a little better. Both guys are undersized. They need to add some functional strength. They need to bulk up a little bit on their frames, but both are pretty good athletes. For Fano, though, just fantastic athlete. He's played both left and right tackle, and I just love the effort he plays with. You know, there's things he needs to clean up for sure, but and he needs to bulk up. But Spencer Fano, his tape is just fun. Just go watch any Utah tape. Watch both tackle prospects. So if you got a game on, and a lot of times you can go on YouTube even, and you can put in, Utah O-line versus, and if you just do that, it'll pop up, a game or two for that. So that's one way that you can do it, and you can immediately focus on offensive line that way. And in the same game, you can spend half that time watching the left side, next half watching the right, because you got two guys that are going to be on a lot of these early watch lists. So you want to get eyes on them. Francis Malagoa, probably saying your name wrong. Sorry, sir. I know you had a brother as a linebacker in this past draft, but this is a guy who's played right tackle, like a top 5 recruit coming out of high school. He's been a day one starter since he's been at Miami. Had some ups and downs. Biggest thing he needs to clean up is penalties, but I love when they get him out on the move, and he's got that finishing mentality, and just a big-bodied guy with tons of talent still and untapped potential. I mean, he's shown a lot, played a lot of football there, but I think his best football is ahead of him, and that could very easily be this season. Cage Casey, Boise State. It's rock solid. It's almost easy for him. So this guy, I'm like, okay, is this guy slow? Is he a good athlete? Because it's just like he's so in control of everything he does. It appears that way. He only allowed 6 pressures last year, 0 sacks. He's just a consistent technician type of offensive lineman at tackle. So I really like Cage Casey. Judd Bowery might have the highest upside in this entire class, honestly. And that's saying a lot, because I came on here and I said I really like this class. Very smooth mover. And coaches and teammates just rave about what kind of person and player he is. Caden Proctor. Now, this is one who's going top 5 in these early mock drafts. And for me, I'm like, I don't see a first rounder right now if he's going to stay at tackle. The foot speed scares me and concerns me with him. I think he needs to drop some weight, because he's a mountain. He's like 6'7", 370 or something crazy. So if he could drop some weight, it would probably help him to play tackle. As of right now, I think he may have to kick into guard if he's going to be this big. But massive O-tackle, and you guys might all love him more than me. I'm not there yet. I need to see a little more consistent performance as a pass blocker from him. Ethan Onyewa. I'm probably mispronouncing that, Jim, and everybody else. There's some tough names in this group, but he's transferring to Ohio State from Rice. Go watch the game versus Texas, because that was probably Rice's best competition last year. And, yeah, there's times he got beat, but I thought he held up pretty well against a good Texas defense. So and he only gave up 9 pressures all season, so pretty solid player. Jennings Dunker from Iowa plays a very good pad level, can block on the move and at the second level. So I like the way he moves, and Iowa is constantly producing solid offensive linemen. Very O-line coach, been there like 20 years. So very highly thought of in the NFL and scouting community. Isaiah World transferring from Nevada to Oregon. Long athlete, basketball background, so he can absolutely move. Won't surprise me if this is a guy in the first round conversation after the season. Monroe Freeling. Hasn't played a ton of football at Georgia, but they've had some injuries, and he's had to come in. He's kind of been behind Xavier Truss and some other guys. But got really quick feet. I like him. Trey Zune, the third, tons of experience entering his fourth year as a starter at Texas A&M. Riley Mallman, good arm length, team leader. I think he's like 6'7", pretty powerful run blocker out of Wisconsin. Blake Miller from Clemson, very durable, played a ton of football there, really quick feet. Brian Parker the second, only allowed 10 pressures all season, 0 sacks given up. That's a kid out of Duke. Austin Barber from Florida, really good grip strength, aggressive finisher, and good knee bend. Caleb Tiernan, 4-year starter at Northwestern, and very good blocker at the second level. Xavier Chaplin, good athlete, long arms. He's transferring to Auburn this year from Virginia Tech. So he moves so well, and you can get him out and do a lot of things in space. Very athletic at the tackle position. Just got some things he needs to clean up. Micah Pettis, big-bodied run blocker with tons of experience for Ole Miss. Alex Harkey, he's transferring from North Texas. So, honestly, he's on this list. He's graded out very well per PFF and things like that. This is one of the guys I've probably seen the least of because there's just not a lot of North Texas tape that I have currently. But he's transferring to Oregon, so he's going to be on a much bigger stage, much bigger competition week in and week out. So I'm excited to see what he can do. But he's very athletic, and I think ultimately he may be a guard in the NFL, but he's on my early tackle list because that's what he's played, and I think what he's projected to play to start with at Oregon. Howard Sampson, huge guy, very stout anchor, mauler in the run game. He is transferring to Texas Tech from North Carolina. I wanted to like him more, but very concerned with him as a pass protector right now. The foot speed, he's a big body guy. I mean, in the run game, I love him, but it's everything else. So we'll see what he can do at Texas Tech. J.C. Davis, Illinois. He transferred there a couple years ago, I believe, from like New Mexico State, something like that. Could be wrong on that one. Good hand usage, finishing mentality. So just knows how to play the position the right way, always in the right spots, always knows how to get his hands in the right spots, his feet in the right spots. It's all coordinated together. PJ Williams, SMU, very quick feet, and he's played over 2,000 snaps. So he's a big part of SMU. He's one of those guys that have helped build that program to playoff contender as they were last year. Elijah Pritchett, this is one transferring to Nebraska from Alabama. He's got a wide base. He was a very highly regarded recruit. Did not have a very good season for Alabama. Gave up tons of pressures, tons of sacks last year, but the talent is there. So he's a little lower on my list. I've seen some early mocks have him as a first-round guy, and I'm like, based on what? I mean, I know a lot of this is projection early on, but I'm just like, this is pure projection for him because he was awful last year. He should not sniff first round. Monroe Mills, the guy I really liked, older prospect. He's a captain. He's a team leader type of guy. Only allowed 7 pressures. He was transferring to Louisville this year. Problem is, he just got hurt in spring practices, so he is going to miss the entire season. I still think where he's an older prospect, this is probably his last year. There's not going to be anything to watch on him, but I'll at least mention the name because his tape was really good. Tristan Lee, very good athlete from Clemson. Gosh, I don't even want to try to say this name. Fa'alili Fa'amo. See, if I had Parker here, he
was good.
That's probably completely wrong, Jim, but it was worth the shot. I gave it a shot. Very quick feet, active hands. I think he has like a basketball background as well. He's got a lot to work on. Fernando Carmona, he's actually moving to guard this year. I seen at least listed on the depth chart for Arkansas because he played tackle for them last year. Didn't have a great season after transferring, I believe, from San Jose State before that. But he's very physical. He looks for work, seeks action. So there's some things to like. And I think moving him to guard would probably be best for his career because his tape as a tackle that I had watched to put on this list, it's just not up to par. So the move to guard is smart. Carter Smith played for Indiana, positional versatility, team leader, very durable, played an absolute ton of snaps for those guys. And then, honestly, the last 2 on this list I could see being much, much higher, and I think they already are on a lot of people's list. Both Penn State tackles. Nolan Rucci, who was a highly rated recruit to Wisconsin before he transferred to Penn State, hadn't really played a lot of football till last year. And in the playoffs and down the stretch, he was playing his best football. So I think now that he's starting to get snaps, I think he's going to be much better this year. And Drew Shelton, really good athlete, position versatile. I expect big things from both of those Penn State guys, especially with just all the talent that team has in general. And that's my 30 offensive tackles.
So again, that's a good watch list. If you have 30 offensive tackles and you think Dale missed the 31st, drop it in the chat. Yeah. Let us know. Let us know, draft community. That was a good list of 30. One of the things I've already caught, and this is great, right? Because Anthony covered some offensive tackles when he did this last week. And I can already tell that there's guys that are going to be divisive. Or we call it like high variance, where somebody says top 50, somebody else is saying day 3. So we definitely have some discussions in the future, but that's not the point of today.
Right. There's so much still to watch, and that's something I want to, just drive home again. This is watching these guys for like 1 to 2 games. Some of them I can only find one game on, So it's very early in the process on this, but it's more of a watch list for you guys. So you get the names, and Jim will be linking all that stuff. So you'll have this list of names that you can check out at any